Shalom, family. Shalom to each and every one of you in the chat. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. We're here to drag Tila, Tequila. See, I don't have no problem dragging this woman. I don't have no problem digging up dirt on her and speaking about it. And that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm not going to get offended because, look, let's face it, women of other races have always criticized Black women. This is nothing new. 9 times out of 10, it is nothing but straight up jealousy. It's just like when you listen to a group of white men talking about how a Black man has performed in sports and they're all critical and everything. That is nothing but jealousy because they can't play the sport like those Black men. So they're overly critical. It's the same way. So when it's women of other races doing this, I generally don't pay them no mind because if anything, they don't measure up. Okay, if you measure up, you don't need plastic surgery if you really truly measured up. So if you're going to get your boobs done, your ass done, you filling up your lips, then you don't measure up. Okay, you got to use your credit card to pay for what Black women naturally have. You don't measure up. Not the other way around. And we got to stop paying attention to these women that are lacking and propping them up as if they got something valid to say. They have zero valid to say. Zero. Okay? Zero. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we're going to have to listen to this horrendous ass video again. And then I am going to show you what I found on her. Tila is a baby mama. She got 2 kids by 2 different dads. She never married either one of the men. She's a baby mama. Okay, and her background is just horrendous. She is a Holocaust denier, and that kind of sends a red flag up for me. You're a Holocaust denier, and you're all over social media posting shit, and these Semitic, the word Semitic is not even in the Bible, but these Semitics ain't even trying to take you down. That right there sends up a red flag for me. Oh, I got all the stuff about her porn days too. I got it all. So we'll get into that. I'm going to first start out, if y'all can stomach it, we're going to listen to her lame ass video first. And then from there, we will go on about all the things I was able to find out about her. So look, you came for us. Now we're going to drag you. All right. So let me pull up this sickening ass video. Let me share my screen. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. And and I don't want, no defense, but I don't want to see any videos on, oh, Black women, look what they said about you. Black woman, look what they said. Fuck all of that. Go dig up her background and drag her. That should have been your next move. People are always going to say negative stuff about Black women. They always have. They have been doing it for centuries. This is really nothing new. This is nothing new. This is the same old BS. All right. Thank you, y'all. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can pull this up. Down.
And people who exalt themselves against the word of God. So there's this topic that nobody really likes to talk about, but it's very well known. The fact that most Black women are bald, and they don't understand why. They blame it on we use too much chemicals for our hair, it's the glue and too much braiding. But that's not it, because when I was in Hollywood, I did all kinds of stuff to my hair all the time. I bleached it, and it's It's just not like that. It's only black women who go bald. And let me tell you why, because let me tell you this verse here. But if a woman has long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given to her as a covering. 1 Corinthians 11:15. So, I have such long hair and it grows so fast all the time that I'm constantly having to cut it. As y'all see, it's constantly growing. And it says it is a glory to her, not to her shame. And let me read this to y'all, this little article.
Sorry, y'all.
It says a study 3 years ago of almost 6,000 women of African descent by Boston University Stone Etymology Center found that almost 48% of respondents had suffered hair loss on the crown or on the top of the head, mostly caused by traction alopecia. That's not what it's caused by, but let me keep going. Given the topic tends to be shrouded in silence, the true figure may be higher. All of them. It says, if we all had to take off our wigs at work, 8 out of 10 women would have hair issues. It's just something we don't and won't talk about. We are very ashamed of it, says Bandog, this black woman. So she says, we are very ashamed of it. So see, God's people don't walk around feeling shameful. God's people are walking around filled with glory and long hair. See, but if a woman has long hair, it's a glory to her. But yet this black woman says, all the black women feel, shameful because they're bald. And I, as a woman, can understand, because that's part of your beauty. It's part of, just natural women, having long hair is feminine. But without hair, you're just bald, nappy-headed, crusty head, walking around with your shame. Your shame will follow you everywhere you go, no matter how much money you try to buy, to buy wigs. But before I go further, let me read to you this verse that God himself did that to you. God Almighty, my husband, did that to you. Let me read to you what the Lord God says. Because remember, there's a lot of these, you will know a man by his fruits. There's all these like the Lord says, the women of Zion are haughty, walking around with outstretched necks. You know how I always like this with the attitude, like haughtiness, okay? The women of Zion are haughty, walking along with outstretched necks, flirting with their eyes, strutting along with swaying hips, all that twerking, with ornaments jingling on their ankles. Therefore, the Lord will bring sores on the heads of the women of Zion. The Lord will make their scalps bald.
All right, y'all. So that's all I wanted to show you. That was enough. All right, so let's talk about what she said. First of all, I'm going to stop sharing here for a moment. First of all, this woman is Asian. And I'm amazed she don't know the Bible better, because it is prophesied that Asians will not be allowed in the kingdom. Did she read that part? Did she read that part, y'all? Okay. The house of Moab will not be allowed in the kingdom at all. They can't even be your handmaiden or servant, period. And number 2, all black women are not bald. Did you see my picture? That's my natural hair. My hair went down to my bra strap. It still does. But now I'm natural. I had chemicals in my hair back then. But now my hair is natural wool's hair. And if I blow dry it, it still goes way down my back. Okay? If I blow dry it. But if I don't blow dry it, no, you're going to see it come probably touching my shoulders. But if I blow dry it, that sucker goes way past my shoulders, way down my back to my bra strap, even to this very day. All black women are not bald. So she is basing her judging of black women based on what one black woman said. And that one black woman really should have kept her damn mouth shut. Talking to other nations about our issues, y'all need to stop that mess. Y'all need to stop it. They sure don't sit down and talk to you about their issues. Number 2, she's from Singapore. She's not from Vietnam. She's from Singapore. If you go look at her profile, not that that makes anything better for her, it doesn't. Okay? So she picked up the Bible to use the Bible against Black women. But it's amazing she didn't find her judgment in there, because people like her are going to be judged harshly. It's in there. But I'm sure she will never look for it. Black people, look, the women in my family got long hair. On my dad's side, my grandmother, both of my grandmothers had long hair on both my mother and my father's side. My grandmother's sisters all had long hair. Okay. All of her sisters had long hair. So I don't know, we ain't all hardly walking around bald. If anything, they're getting angry with us because we won't damage our hair with chemicals like we did back in the day. Most of us that have done because I did the big chop. And I got rid of all of my relaxed hair, and it all came back in natural. Many Black women did the big chop, and our hair came back in, and sometimes it came back in longer than before you did the big chop. So now that we are switching over and getting away from relaxers and stuff, and our hair is a lot more healthy, we're not having no damn balding issues. I wish she would step to me with that crap. I wish she would. All right, so now let's get into her background, because she sure don't look so great. In fact, she looks absolutely pathetic. Let me see if I can get rid of this. Let me share my screen once again, and we're going to talk about her. You can drag Black women, we can drag your ass. Okay, here we go, y'all. Let's get into it. Thank you to everybody that's giving me the super chats and super stickers. I can't really respond when my screen is on full screen, because I don't quite see it. When I'm done, I will be able to see it. Okay. All right, everybody. So she decided to do this. And you know what? This is very historic, y'all. People usually will come and provoke stuff with us. It's not the other way around. 9 times out of 10, these folks that are of other races, they will do this shit unprovoked. But see, when you come back and drag them, all of a sudden they become the victim. See, when they can't fight you off, they become the victim. She practically looked cross-eyed to me. You know what she reminds me of? You know those drawings of those gray aliens? They have the big old eyes and a little teensy nose and a slit for a mouth. That's what she looks like to me. Okay? She looks like one of them aliens. So let me just go ahead, and we're going to let me just get the country music off. I put that on there on purpose, but we don't need that right now. So we're going to talk about her and her background. So these are the names, her birth names. So Nguyen T. Tien, I guess that's Tang. She was born October 24th, 1981. She's best known by her stage name, Tila, Tequila, Tila Nguyen, Miss Tila, and Tornado Teden. All right, so that's what she's known as. Not that I give a shit. And I'm not surprised she got all these aliases, because she screwed up. Okay, so women like Tequila, and this is what she failed to realize. Asian women also get head lice, y'all. Asian women also burn in the sun. All right, so are those blessings? I mean, think about it, y'all. If you get head lice and you burn in the sun, are those blessings? She sure didn't talk about that, did she? Okay, but I'm sure gonna talk about it. Right, it's not even hair, it's fur. That's why it attracts lice. It's fur. All right, so now let's take a look at her background since she wants to be all high and mighty and self-righteous and everything when it comes down to black women. Let's see what her background looked like. And I'm married to God. No, you're married to a demon. That's why you sound like a demon. All right, y'all. Let's see here. All right, is it moving? It's okay. We can help move it along. All right. After all, you came for black women first. So don't start trying to hoop and holler that things are wrong now that we're talking about you. All right. So in August 2015, Tequila became a contestant in the 16th series of the British television reality show Celebrity Big Brother, but was asked to leave the program on its second day when producers became aware of her Nazi comments and photos. She is a Nazi sympathizer and a Holocaust denier. That's what she is. Okay, so in December 2013, Nguyen posted an article on her website titled, "Why I Sympathize with Hitler." Okay, she really should have kept her mouth shut. Here she is. I'm going to show you this photo. She's doing the Nazi salute. Okay, so this is on November 19th, 2016. She attended an alt-right National Policy Institute meeting celebrating the election of Donald Trump, organized by white supremacist Richard B. Spencer, and posted photos on social media of herself doing a Nazi salute. And this is the photo right here. Here's the photo. So she's garbage. So technically, she is nothing but a scrunchy looking Asian woman that with a white supremacist mindset. I mean, this chick ain't, she don't please. There's black women that are so beautiful, she would look like a roach standing next to them. Okay, plain and simple. And those photos of her doing the Nazi salute, they are still on the internet. That's how I was able to find this photo of her. Okay, so she also posted pro-Hitler and anti-Semitic, and we know the word Semitic ain't nowhere in the Bible, comments on her Twitter and Facebook page. So she don't have no room to talk about no one. All right, so this is what she posted on Hitler's birthday, y'all. And this was on Twitter, and her account on Twitter has since been terminated. So she went out there, and you can see her name right up here, right here at the top. She wrote, "On this great day of April 20th, which is Hitler's birthday, I will honor our true king. They tried to destroy your legacy, but I will fight for you." That's what she wrote and put it out on Twitter. Not long after this, she lost her, I think a few months later, she lost her Twitter account out there. So, here we go. So in June of 2016, she said Tequila accused Sarah Silverman, and y'all know the comedian Sarah Silverman, and the Jews of killing Jesus, before saying the comedian was next on a celebrity sacrifice list. She put this out on social media. This stuff is still out there. If I found it, it's still out there. Okay. So she lost her Twitter account. and it was November 22nd, 2016. Her account was suspended by Twitter for hate speech. This chick is something else. Okay, so she also has a porn career, y'all. Her videos can also be found on the internet. Now, she at one time spoke against homosexuality, but she turned around and did a lesbian video, a three-way lesbian video, and she tried to buy the video to keep it from coming out, but it came out anyway. And that's still on the internet as well. So she got a porn career. Again, piece of trash, a whore, a baby mama. Okay. And she's trying to talk about us. Girl, please. Okay. So I got some photos here of her too. So in 2008, she won Best Celebrity Sex Tape of the Year. And the title of it was Tila, Tequila 2, Backdoored and Squirting. That's the name of the video that she won for Sex Tape of the Year. Please, she don't have an ounce of room to be talking about any women at this point, the way I see it. With her background, she really should have shut up. Now, y'all, this is her deceased lesbian lover. And this chick, I saw other pictures of her. She looked like a straight up junkie. Now, some of y'all might remember, I remember this. This is September 6, 2009. She was, I think, engaged to Sean Merriman back then. And they got into a domestic fight. He choked her and restrained her. She called the police and he was later arrested. And he was in the NFL back then. She sure didn't mind getting that black meat, did she? Okay, that was okay. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very common thing that happens. When you'll notice this mainly in white and Asian women that date black men. When they date black men, they become highly critical of black women. All right, which is not shocking. But she will still jump on that black man though, right? She don't have no problem doing that. But, you know, I did ask a white woman I used to work with. She used to date black men. And I asked her, I said, how come y'all always try to turn on black women when you start dating black men? You know what she told me? She said, because the black woman is the only woman that can take that man away from her. So that's why they react that way. They're scared that he will one day want to go back to black women. That is their fear. So that's where a lot of the bashing is coming from. Fear. So she talked all this mess about black women, but she didn't mind laying around in the bed with a black man. Typical. This is what they all do. This is why historically you will see from chattel slavery all up until now, they'll hate you, but they don't mind laying around with you though. And she's not an exception. She did the same thing. All right. She was also dating musician Thomas Paxton Whitaker, but ended the relationship due to financial problems. So I think boyfriend was broke, too broke for her. Okay. And she got a child with him and another man, you know, with her baby mama self. So on March 7th, 2012, it was reported that Tequila had agreed to check into rehab after having reportedly almost died from an attempted suicide by overdosing on drugs. I guess the God she's married to was trying to influence her to take her own life, huh? Sound like a demon. Like I said, you know, these people know how to talk a good game, but at the end of the day, they're full of crap. So does Tequila have any room to talk about black women? I say hell no. Hell no. She don't have no room to talk about us, just like any other woman that's non-black got room to talk about us. None of them do. None. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, Pam is jamming. That's the thing. These women will talk all kinds of crap about black women, but when it comes down to you can meet the most racist white woman. If she got one glimmer of a chance to lay down with a black man, she ain't gonna pass it up. She ain't gonna pass it up. And see, that's why sometimes they don't understand why, in many cases, we don't take them seriously because historically, we know what them bitches are like. We know what they're like. We know what they're like. And look, even my grandmother, when I was a child, she and her friends would be on the porch talking about them white women in the South, hitting on black men, getting all up on black men. They saw it even back then. Okay. And we see it today. Nothing has changed. And you see, she dipped into the black meat too herself. That's why don't even give her a second thought. With her kind of background, she don't have a leg to stand on and talking about any woman. Okay. None. So that's what you run back and put in her face. You put her ugly background back up in her face. And again, how does she survive being that she is what they call anti-Semitic? And she's been a Holocaust denier for years and years and have posted that stuff on social media. But she gets to still survive out here? That looks suspicious to me. It looks very suspicious. But if we say something, how fast are they come to call you anti-Semitic and racist and this and that? See, this is why I don't listen to these folks when they come around me talking racism. Get out of my comment section. If you can't post in English, don't come out here. Get your ass out of here. So, that's how it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, she's out here, obviously she's allowed to remain out here putting all that anti-Semitic stuff out here. They either somebody is fine with it or she's being paid. And I would not be surprised if she's being paid because whenever these people start screaming anti-Semitic, don't they try to run you out of off of different channels and she got ran off of the TV show Big Brother. So they're not running her away now. It just looks suspicious. That's all I'm saying. Well, I was never into Tila. And even back when she was on TV and all that stuff, I was never into her. She was not somebody that I found interesting. She just was never interesting to me. So I didn't follow her or her career. No, she's not attractive at all. She got no top lip and some big fat bottom lip. And I saw a couple of pictures where it looked like she had some damn herpes sores on her lip. I kid you not. I saw a few pictures. They were throwback pictures, and it looked like she had some herpes sores. Mm-hmm. And she don't show no shame about it. She's very open about posting that stuff out on social media about the Holocaust and Hitler. She puts it out there all the time. Yeah, well, and you can also see, she had a boob job done. That makes me laugh because all of these women are the same. They hate black women, but they will pay every dime in their wallet to get built out like a black woman. That's what makes it the whole thing so funny. But if you act, oh, I didn't do it for that reason, you ain't built like that naturally. You just never were. So the only way you can look like that, you got to see a plastic surgeon. Yeah, I saw that about Bill Cosby. In fact, I was going to go look at a couple of videos online. But y'all, look, anytime women of the other cultures will come along and try to drag you, just understand something. There is something about you that they envy to even take the time out of their life to drag you. Okay? She took time out of her life to do that. And trust me, this woman ain't even good looking. There are black women that could put her to shame, can put her to shame. And everything on that black woman will be 100% natural. Her hair, her body, everything will be 100% natural and will still look better than her. I mean, she says all this stuff as if she is some great looking woman. She's not even attractive. So, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Please like the video, share the video, and just know Tila ain't worth your time or effort. With her background looking the way that it looks, she ain't worth your time or effort, for real. That's what I would tell you as black women. There is nothing more for us to do. She should not even be on your radar. She's not worth it. And the only reason why she put that video out was to draw attention. She knew it was going to draw attention. Don't give it to her. Don't give it to her. And if you're going to say something, bring up all her background and all the suicides and porn and all that stuff she did. And she's a baby mama. You throw all of that in her face. Where's her God now to keep her from doing all that stuff? He sure wasn't around when she was in porn. He wasn't around when she tried to commit suicide. Where was he then? Where was her demon then that she prays to? All right, y'all. Please stay. Look, it is 99 degrees where I am, so I'm going to stay under the AC. But y'all, please enjoy the rest of your day. Shalom, family.